technique that I was playing with last night. I know a lot of you out there love coordinations. I don't know if you can see these. This is the whitewash line.
Look at that. Look at the deep emboss. Lord, it looks plastic.
This is all the whitewash line. Color on one side, white on the other.
Beautiful.
And what I did was I eBrushed them with color over the top. Coordinations has the color core, as we all know and love, but they basically have either black over color core, white over color core, color over color, but usually in the same color family, and chocolate over color core. And I think there's a craft one too. But they don't have the mixtures of other colors. Like for this one, I eBrushed with my Spectrum Noirs green over the whitewash purple. And then sanded off the top of the embossing, and you get that purple on green, which is very Halloween-y. And this one, I eBrush. Again, this is the white wash line, and this is a yellow. And I eBrushed it orange over it and sanded it off, and it makes it look more citrusy, I think, with the yellow showing through the orange.
It is
Now,
beautiful.
this one, I eBrushed, I think, 1, 2, 3 different Spectrum Noir. I think this is the yellow family.
Yes.
Over the blue cardstock, and then sanded it off.
It's amazing. Your blend is so pretty. How did you get it to blend so together, unified?
When you overlap the different colors, it will make a blend of the two colors in between each section. So if this one was, let's see, that one, the bottom one, pass me that box. That bottom color is actually GB5.
Uh-huh.
And this middle section was CT2.
Okay, CT2.
So this in between was the blend between the two. If you just overlap the colors, while it's still damp,
Yes.
not dried yet, they'll blend automatically by themselves.
So that's GB5 and CT?
CT2.
CT2, because I'm pulling those out. You know what I might do? I might get us to start writing down when we're using blends like that so people can copy them.
I can pull it out.
That is
I have
beautiful.
them right here.
No, I've already pulled them. I'll make a note of it.
So everybody can see.
Yes, because I think it's really, and I love the way too. When you came back across, you left a space on the side so you didn't double over the edges, correct?
Okay. Back across where?
When you were doing your tag, you didn't double the edge. You swept way across and then came way across.
Yeah, back and forth.
Good. And you used a CT1 too for your last one?
The top one was CT1.
Because I'm going to try that.
When you overlap the two colors, they automatically blend. Then the key is to keep it moist or keep it wet, and they automatically blend by themselves.
Well, that is gorgeous. It really is.
And you can see there's the GB5, it's a big difference. It's a big jump.
But it really is beautiful. It looks almost like a sunset.
Yeah. So when you layer them on top of each other, you get that nice ombre effect.
Well, girl, I'm telling you, and I love the way the blue is coming through with your sanding. You could actually have vigorously sanded it and have it all blue, correct?
Yes. And that's one thing I liked about the whitewash line too. You can use the regular cardstock and eBrush it and still get that color on color effect, but you cannot do the monochromatic shading in the background.
Ah, so you wouldn't have the ombre effect. It would be timid with
Yes.
the other color.
Yes.
Great. See? Well, I think we're doing pretty good for no one. Oh, girl, but these
You
are
always do
beautiful.
awesome, Debbie.
No, 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 Mitzi, I'm telling you, this is one of those things that you just struck on that is one of the most beautiful projects I have seen, and I can see so many applications for this. Your citrus tag it just moves me. I love having that space on the side that I could put my
You
uh,
can put
sentiment.
yes, sentiment, stamping.
It is gorgeous. It just calls my name. I could just see that put out on a nice margarita glass.
That would be, you know what? That would be a great gift.
It
Just the
would.
glass with the tag on it. It would be awesome. And I noticed another thing about because it has that coating from the whitewash. When
Yes.
your ink's dry, I don't know if you can see this on camera, it has a nice glossy sheen to it.
It looks like it is textured almost like you used a molding putty. It's got a
Well,
linen kind of
yeah,
line to it.
the linen texture is part of the paper actually. You can
But it's
see.
so nice that it's got that
And
beautiful
it
effect to it.
yeah, it really makes it pop though. But it makes it kind of look metallic almost.
Yes, it
You
does. It
can see
really
it.
does.
And it actually looks a whole lot better in person. The detail in it.
Yeah, but if it looks a whole lot better, it looks awful good right here. Are you going to demonstrate
Yeah,
one of your?
I'm gonna do this one right here, and this color is a yellow. This is
Oh,
a yellow
beautiful.
whitewash, and I'm gonna put greens on this one if I can find my green container. Oh, there it is. Nobody can see it but me.
Isn't that funny? And when you mess up, nobody knows but you.
Nobody knows, and that's the best part.
It is
I
so funny.
I like just like most alcohol markers, you want to work with like 3 colors from the same family. Let's
Okay.
see. Let's try this. I got CG1.
CG1.
Let's try this CG2. CG2
CG2.
instead of DG. Let's try the DG2.
CG2. Alrighty.
I'll keep the DG3 on hand just in case. Some of them they don't um, necessarily match up even if when they're in the same color family.
Uh huh.
So what I like to do is spray a little bit on the side just to see what it would look like
Mm-hmm.
before I put it on the actual project. So I'm gonna start off with let's go for the lightest.
I think some of them are warms and some of them are cools.
Yeah,
And it says you need
these
to
are
put your.
cools.
Okay, we've got a direction, girl. We need to move that tag up a little bit.
Can you see that?
Yes,
Am I crooked?
it's fine. Mama Jan said, put that tag up there a little bit.
Okay, I have the eBrush on its highest setting.
Okay.
For me, I get the finest mist and also the broad tip. Depending on which tip you use, you actually, if you put it on the narrow end,
Mm-hmm.
you get a higher concentration in one area. But if you do it on the broader end, it kind of spreads it out more. So it's softer. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, very nice.
Let me put it right there. See, it's a very fine mist. And this whitewash takes the color so well because it's white underneath. So all you're getting is that color. You don't have to worry about the other colors interfering.
So it's very, very light. It looks very good.
I know that looks like more than a third I'm using, and that's because we want that extra room
To overlap.
to blend, yeah, to overlap.
Beautiful. I love the pears.
Okay, we're going to go down to the next color, which is the CG2. Again, we'll test it on the side,
Uh-huh.
which is
Are
a
you,
little bit darker.
are you using freezer paper
Freezer paper?
or
No, this
craft paper?
this is a chipboard on the side.
Oh, you actually got chipboard down there to use? That's cool.
Yeah, my friend gave me piles and piles of chipboard. See, and this one ain't that dark. There's not that big of a color change.
Actually, it looks lighter than the first one.
Yeah, it does, and I got it on pretty heavy. So we're gonna jump to our next color, and that's where you're gonna notice the biggest difference.
I like the way that when it seems to be drying, it's drying a little bit darker up at the top.
There's that darker color. You can see it
Ah,
already.
oh yes. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. I see what it is. It's shooting right above where you're aiming. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the detail coming out. Do you ever color your fingernail?
All the time. See, and this one ain't too far from that second color either. So what I like to do, put a color on top of the last color. I know this one, this is DG3, dark green 3, and it's going to be way darker. But because we already have that other green down, it's going to, and it's still wet and tacky, you'll see it automatically start blending.
Oh, look at that. And you know, it is true. You've got to let the alcohol markers dry a little bit so you can see what the real outcome is. But that is, you nailed it. You nailed it. So instead of using the CG2, we use the DG2 and the DG3.
Yeah. Or you actually, the DG2 and the CG2 are very close.
Ah,
Very closely. I mean, there's the caps look different, but on this paper it looks very much the same. So just choose one and then skip to the DG3.
I'm,
So it'll be CG1
uh-huh.
and either CG2 or DG2 and then DG3.
Well, I tell you, I am really impressed because the colors on that are just gorgeous. Just like that, it looks great before you even are going to do your next
Yeah,
thing.
I got a little speckles on there, and sometimes the pens are a bit juicy,
Yes.
so it will throw a little bit of speckles on there, which ain't going to be a problem because we're going to sand that bad boy down.
Well, it is gorgeous. By the way, I imagine, is that another one of your, um, are those the little embossing folders? Are those the Cuttlebug ones? Or
This one is from the Cuttlebug family. Which one is it? It is called, it's actually one of the ones that, it's a companion,
ah,
Cricket Companions. There we go.
well, it's beautiful. It really is. I love it there.
It's called, I'm trying to find the name, Preserves.
Oh, it's so
Woo,
cute.
excuse me. There we go.
Lovely.
And we use this one right here.
Well, it looks really nice.
So now we're going to sand it off. I'm trying to do it away from the table so I don't shake the camera.
But you know, that would make a beautiful tag. I do a lot of preserves for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That would make a beautiful, beautiful tag for one of my gift baskets. Hint, hint.
I'll send you a stack.
No. It's gorgeous, though. You really did a good job.
Okay.
I
I'm just
am.
using one of these emery boards. I find that actually this is better than those little craft ones, only
Uh-huh.
because it's this wide. This,
Yes.
what, 6 inches? So once you can use about 4 inches at a time, and once that wears off, you just flip that bad boy over and use the other side.
Do you find that it lasts longer, too?
It does, because the grit is a little bit more coarser.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right at that bottom one, you can really see
Oh, look at
the
that.
yellow popping through.
It is beautiful.
And another thing is, with these, you can even lay it on your table, back
Mm-hmm.
and forth. It'll get all of it across. See, I'm trying not to shake the table, that's why I'm lifting it up.
I just can't get over that. That is, I can see so many things that I'll be thrilled to do that with.
See, and one thing with lifting it up also, you can see these areas that you can't really get a good sanding to it. You can lift just that area up.
Ah, so you can highlight that while you're doing it.
Yes.
You know, we had spoke earlier about the possibility. I know you're using the coordinations,
Hmm.
but do you think that it's possible that I could say shoot a darker or lighter color over just a good quality coated cardstock and have a core-like effect?
Yes, you sure can. As long as you use a very thick cardstock,
Uh
the
huh.
thinner ones will saturate too quickly.
That is, I think we had also talked
So
about
yeah,
attempting to maybe put some coating on it too, maybe, and try that as well.
yes.
That's incredible. Look at it's just gorgeous. Look at that tag. You've got to have a great sense of accomplishment knowing you created this technique and it is just fabulous. It's called the Mitzi. Look at that. I want to see that Ghostly Creations again because it's so beautiful. It's got the green and the purple that's coming through and it's just incredible. Hey
As long
Terry.
as you use a very thick cardstock, the
Uh-huh.
thinner ones will saturate too quickly. I'm
That
hearing
is
myself play.
I think we had turn yourself down a little bit. That is incredible.
But now, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want to kind of, I know that we did it, but show Terry a little bit about what
Okay.
you just did because she wasn't here and I know that you've got a stack of them and I know she'll be
Oh,
delighted.
hi, Terry.
Hi, I did see it. I just didn't come in. I came in through another way. So I
Oh,
see.
Okay.
you got to teach us. What did you think of it, Terry? Doesn't it seem like it's going to offer a lot of creativity and different?
Yeah, it's a really cool technique. I like where she got it, and it's very cool. I liked it a lot.
we we're actually going to try it with some solid color, not core, and then put. I was thinking about maybe even I could spray gesso on it, or just leave it and then try and just sand it down and see what happens.
Yeah, I think it'll still work just as long as you use a quality cardstock, because some cardstocks saturate too fast, and you got that chance of it ripping through,
Hmm.
and just your color saturation on the top will just leak right through to the bottom, and you don't want that. You want something thick, hardy, that you can sand off a couple layers and it wouldn't harm the image that you embossed.
That is wonderful. Do you have anything that's got like the card that you can you show the card that you did that has the polka dots with the purple and the green, or is that going to be shown at a later time on some other
Oh,
place?
I posted it, so it's safe to show.
Okay.
Can you see that?
And explain what we're looking at as far as the circle.
Okay, this circle, these are two different circles. This was a die cut into a frame. This is the frame right here. The frame is the whitewash purple coordinations with the eBrushed. I think that one was a CG2 Spectrum Noir with eBrushed over it. And then I did the opposite with the green whitewash coordinations paper and eBrushed it with purple. I believe that's a PL2
Uh
or
huh.
LV2, one of those two. But I think it is LV2.
Now I noticed too on your background that you have light areas around the beautiful little
This
circle. Yes.
this Yeah, this is the original color, and then I e-brushed. What is this? I think it was a citrus orange. It is, let's see, CR10.
Okay.
And then it was a little too dark for me, so I went in between the two colors again and e-brushed. I think it's an OR. It's in the red color families. No, wait, sorry. Yellow color family. It is OR1.
Okay. Have you ever tried to use a blender?
I did, and I feel that the blender is more like bleach.
It is. It runs the color out.
It does, and I use it a lot for as an eraser, which
Yes.
if you put the color down and e-brushed it, like especially with stencils, it makes a great, almost like a bleach effect.
Well, that's yes. I've done like shot a whole page and then put a stencil and used a blender on it. We did that at one of the shows, and it was so neat to see the color, how it bubbled it up and changed it. I love that
Yes.
citrus tag.
Okay, I'm gonna do another one. Let's see. Feeling patriotic. Let's do red.
It's so amazing how quickly you can accomplish a project too with the eBrush.
Yes. Pretty much instantly, especially with like all these alcohol ink markers, even the Sharpies, they dry instantly.
Especially when you've got your fingernail right there.
Yes. Who needs a manicure?
Well, I actually went and a friend of mine took me to go get my fingernails shellacked, which didn't last me the 3 weeks. It
Uh,
lasted 2 days and they all came off.
oh no.
Yeah, well, I scrub a lot, but yes, I painted over those with a marker and it stick.
That's too funny.
Yeah, it would have been had I just had it done. The first time I was actually a girly girl.
I'm trying to find some colors that'll work.
That's
A
okay.
lot of these the red families look very
Similar.
pink,
Yep.
very pink. So let's see. I'm going to start off with the CR11, and I'm going to try this one looks too identical.
Now,
We
you
may
know,
have to jump down.
that's one thing I don't think people realize is like I have birds, and so my scarlet macaw is more of she's actually an orangey red,
Hmm.
and my other bird is a deep maroon, which is a bluish red, and people don't realize that reds have those kind of characteristics.
You
It's
know what?
not
Let's
always the
let's
common.
try just a two-tone because if we leave enough area between the two colors, we'll make a third. So
Well,
let's
that
try
sounds good.
that.
And you want to move your tag up a little bit for us.
Okay, how's that?
That's fine.
And this is the DR1. Again, test.
I think that's great. You always test before you do it. You did a terrific job. Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that's like a hot pink.
Oh, isn't it though? But it's beautiful.
Let me get halfway down.
See, the color, and it's just so good. It colors it just nice, and as long as you keep moving it, it's got a really
It goes
complete.
on, yeah, really smooth.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not splotchy at all.
Okay, now we're moving on to the DR5. DR5. I'm coloring my hands.
But don't you think too that with practice you get better at
You
not
do.
having splotchy?
You do. And, you know, you're always talking about that sweet spot. And a lot of people don't understand what's a sweet spot. Well,
What's
if
that one?
you just got to wiggle it. Sometimes, sometimes if it's too high, it won't spray. If it's too
Yes.
low, it won't spray. So you got to either pull it in, pull it out. Sometimes you have to go side to side
Yes.
to find it.
But when you find it, even the airflow sounds different.
Yes. And this is another look.
I mean, it's so close. But you know, that's
Very
kind of
close.
neat. That's neat, just like that with a white in the middle.
Okay, I'm going to try for a darker color. I know there is another dark color. Let's see, it is the DR7.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
And that's also in the reds family.
You know, I notice normally, like when we're doing stuff, we wouldn't always mention the marker colors, but because so many
There we
people
go.
are getting them, it's important to tell them so they'll know what to use. And then they can start working on their own. That looks gorgeous. Look at that. Your blend is beautiful.
Let me do it sideways, because sometimes you can see the stream
Uh huh. Ah, I
as
see
you're
it.
moving. Can you see the stream?
Yes.
And sometimes if I spray and look for that stream and I stick it under and move the project instead of my pen to help me find it.
That is incredible. I'm telling you, your piece doesn't have any splotches. Very pretty. And your emboss is so deep.
And see, it didn't have that three-tone effect.
No, but it's still beautiful. It does at the top. It's got a light pink
Yeah,
where your fingers are.
light pink, and then it gets to a darker pink, and then it's like a maroon color down here.
I think it's gorgeous.
Let me move it back up.
And so, because you're using the alcohol markers, you can actually go
Yeah,
and
it's
look
dry.
at.
It's dry.
Wow.
That's one thing I like about these alcohol markers. Even the Sharpie, it dries pretty much instantly.
And the nice thing is you can use your background piece to do for a project later.
That is art, I'm telling you.
It is. When I do buttons and stuff like that, I always save the backgrounds. Sounds like we're gonna do the cha-cha.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I got little hands trying to sneak up on my table.
ah, munchkins.
You can see the blue
Oh
starting to pop.
yes.
See, look, homemade manicures.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it pretty? My thumb looks just like yours. And it's funny, it's in the same area. I think that is just amazing. I love the technique. It's a way to add a little bit more to a product that's already very good. Now, what I found, and I know you like using the emery board,
Mm-hmm.
but they also make a big foam for doing woodwork. It looks like a
Uh-huh.
spoon, and that's really good too. I
The
have to look.
block.
Yep.
Yeah, I love those things too. But what woman doesn't have an emery board?
Yeah, you're not kidding. All of us do.
Sometimes you got to use what we have on hand.
I think it's great. Well, no, I like that a lot because I could carry that, whereas the other thing is always back in the wood shop.
And then your husband's going to be like, have you seen my block?
Well,
No, dear.
we won't go there because he doesn't say that. He goes, "What'd you do with it?" It is really beautiful. I'm telling you, it's just the neatest thing. I'm so glad that you were thinking about it and just did it.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing, but it came to my head, and I was like, you know what? I have coordinations paper, and it would be pretty, but it doesn't have the color combos that I want. And I was working on this card last night, and that's what sparked the whole idea.
Well, isn't that something? It's incredible that
I'm like,
just,
I need Halloween colored coordinations. And then I was
well,
like, yeah, why not go further, not just Halloween, you know?
well,
This is summer. That's patriotic.
yep.
Very springy.
Now, you had mentioned about the holiday season.
Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
guys going to do?
I have. Where is it? This one's the red cardstock. I was going to do green over that one.
Go for it. I
And I'll
just
just do one color, solid green. You don't have to mix your colors at all. It's just personal preference.
Now, Mitzi, are you using the cut emboss to do your embossing, or is that your evolution?
Um, I use it on my bigger projects,
Mm-hmm.
but this one I just used my Sizzix machine
Well, it's a really pretty
because
emboss.
it was at my table.
I can understand that while mine's on the floor next to my feet.
Okay, let's see. Let me move that out of the way.
It's incredible.
Okay, that one's a bit juicy. And also, depending on how you angle your eBrush too, I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed that if I hold it upright, like if I was going to spray it against the wall,
Mm-hmm.
it sprays so much better. Like it was made to be used on an easel.
Well, actually, when we do the demos at CHA, we use an easel, and it really does because
It makes a big
especially
difference. Look
it
at that.
does. The only reason that I shoot mine down is because for a space here. But no, I have a couple of easels, and I go outside and shoot with an easel. The battery pack will last 3 hours, and so I like to take mine outside.
Yes. It even lasts longer than the light indicator says it does.
Yes, it does. I actually ran one at the show, which you can't say that because they only tested it, but it lasted 4.5 hours, and it was at a real good pressure. So it was really wonderful, and I love using it and being able to step back from my work when I'm working at an easel and see how things are coming out. That is beautiful. Oh, that's pretty just like it is without sand in it. I like the frame look.
And another thing about these alcohol markers, if you go over the same area more
Hmm.
than once, it just deepens the color.
Yes, and it stays translucent.
Yes. Let me sand off half of it.
I hope that at some point you get to use some canvas with it and see how beautiful that looks. Canvas actually, you can see all the layers of the colors going through, and it's really beautiful. Oh, look at that.
See, the red under that green really starts to pop. And that was just the edges.
That is really something. I'm so glad that you had a creative night. I have a friend that actually became a millionaire through a dream she had.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she developed some software for sewing through she woke up, wrote it down, and that was the beginning of a really big business for her. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. I think a lot of people keep a notebook by their bed and they write down, when they have some thoughts. And it helps their creative muse. I
My
like to,
problem is I wake up and I can't remember what I just dreamt. I'll be like, oh, that was a good dream too, but I can't remember it.
I'm just so amazed.
There we go. Can you see the red?
Yes. I think the light's bleaching it out a little bit, but you can see it some.
How about that?
Yes. And what I'll probably do is get you to take some stills of it for later that we can add to the group. Beautiful.
Okay.
Nice job.
Maybe if I pull it closer, can you see that?
Yes.
Besides my red thumb, there you go.
Yes, it's coming out. It really is. I wondered if you used one of those, like a Dremel with a rotary drum on it, very slow.
Maybe one of those fine grit tips.
I bet you that would make a different kind of look, or a distress tool, because they actually have a distress tool just for that.
I know. And I'm so afraid to use one of those because I'm afraid it would like butcher my paper.
It will.
See?
People use it on their jeans.
There we go.
But it is really nice. I think it's a great idea. And I thank you for sharing it with us. I mean, that is
See,
fabulous.
you can put that on a gift right there. You
You
don't even have to
could.
sand the whole thing, just parts of it.
I think it would make a beautiful gift in itself. I think this is a wonderful sharing. Look at
Let's
that.
get them all out here.
So you could go ahead and make a box of them and have them on hand to use for any kind of
Yeah,
gift.
exactly. You know how much even generic blank tags cost in the store?
A lot. I love that citrus one. That is just, and the all of them are beautiful, the pears.
Let's do another one.
Yes, I know you've got that. Isn't it something when you really like
I
doing
know.
something you
Then
can't
you
stop?
get in the zone. Can't stop.
So Terry, do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually I do, but I don't know if you want to record them or not.
Okay, so
Um,
let's see.
We can edit.
Well, we can wait till
no,
later.
no, you can't. This goes directly to YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
but there's yeah, but you can pull it out later and edit it.
Yeah.
Can't- I mean, I think you can. I'm gonna see if I can clip some of it. But wait, and we'll do something later.
Okay. Actually, I got to go because I have another thing starting at 5.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go, and then ask us. We'll talk later about it.
Hello,
Yes.
everyone.
Okay, thank you, Terry.
You're
thank you,
welcome. Bye.
Terry. Okay, got some purple on.
Oh, okay. I see what she said. She wants to know if we start in September, I believe.
There we go. I'm wondering, I use this color a lot. I'm wondering if I'm running out of ink.
Take your marker and try and use it on the paper without the eBrush.
Let's see. Still looks juicy.
See that it's misleading. It might just be the way that it is.
Okay.
Look at Jan. I see Jan. I didn't see her message till just a minute ago.
Ooh. This one is.
Is it still not working?
Yeah, I use this one quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here.
Hey, Jan.
Hey.
How's
Not-
the crafting going?
I'm trying to find a pattern and can't find it.
I think it was the nib. Oh, there we go.
Join the club.
There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
It
it
was
was,
the nib was crooked.
Aren't her pieces just incredible?
I love it.
She's such a talented person.
She is. The card that she sent me was beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I know, and I saw those beautiful prima flowers in the ribbon.
I told people to join the challenge. I was going to put goodies. I'll promise one bag, but I said at my discretion, I'll throw in more goodies.
And she did.
I know she did. It was beautiful.
Fun.
But maybe things like that will happen more so that we can get people to try and participate. I don't know how you can make people participate.
Well, I
I
think the more they see and the more comfortable they feel with it,
Uh-huh.
I'd be happy to do it.
Well, we're going to work on it. Y'all do a terrific job.
Well, and we'll do some more.
Yes.
We'll do some more.
No, it's going to be one of those things that's going to be nonstop.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, you know, the worst part is I know that people are anxious, but they need to learn too.
They do.
That is just so beautiful.
Isn't
What's
that
your
cool?
what's your core color on that one?
This is pink.
Ah, oh,
Let me know if my light is bleaching it out. Maybe. I
how
don't know.
pink is it?
It's beautiful.
It's like a Barbie pink.
Oh, okay, I see it at the bottom. I think it just might be the sheen because it's coated paper. But turn it around and keep sanding, girl. Keep sanding.
Ta-da!
It is so pretty. I think you have a lot of patience because you can sand that thing. I'm like, zip, zip.
You know, if you get fine enough grit, use
Uh-huh.
that, big old sander. It'll do. Just put it up against there and sand away.
Well, I've been using a grinder for the last, week and a half, and I'll tell you.
You
It
probably
would
don't want
eat
to
up
look at it again.
Yeah, it would eat up everything. Al sent pictures. He's completed the back room, I think. Oh, look at that. It is just beautiful. I love those cupcakes. They're so pretty.
This is one of my favorite embossing folders because of the cupcakes.
It's just so pretty. I can see all these on gifts. I mean, they don't have to even have a sentiment. They just would add. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, that's my youngest one.
He's ready for some mom time.
Yep.
He's always ready for some mom time. Mom is ready for some me time.
Oh,
Well,
look at those.